In this video, guys, we're going to talk about chaos. And why so? Why chaos? Well, we're going to talk about chaos and how it pertains to you staying consistent and you staying on your path and being consistent with your training goals and everything that goes along with you being in the best health, best physical condition, but just all those all together. So guys, this is an important topic that I discuss this because oftentimes I notice that people have a tendency of always wanting to wait for the perfect time. As someone that's worked with lots of people, guys, and which, by the way, it's definitely a pleasure, and I'm very privileged to know that people come to me and they respect me and what I've done and what I can do for them, and to this day. But the one thing that I shake my head constantly when I'm talking with somebody is they say, "Well, I'm not going to do your program or take you up on coaching or whatever, because I want to wait till I get to this condition, right, before I start," which never made sense to me. And to me, I think it's just more of just ego, because for some reason, just because you are deficient in a certain area, somehow you're going to be looked at as less than, I guess. It's weird. That's like saying I'm not going to let somebody in my house, or I'm not going to invite people over to my house until my house is a certain size. Forget about doing the things that are more in your control, which is, keeping the house clean, keeping things in order, and inviting people over. My house has to be aesthetically this way for me to feel comfortable to bring you in. That's what it sounds like. And guys, just know that not only is that a very stupid and ridiculous thing to say and to think, and because you think that way, that's what's holding you back. But just understand that life is full of chaos. Life is chaos. Let's put it that way. It is. Okay? But that's okay. The key is that instead of trying to hope chaos does not happen, you need to know that it's happening. It will continue to happen. And it's about what you're going to do to navigate through it, and how, despite the chaos that you have to navigate through, how are you going to be consistent with where you're supposed to be? What is your plan of attack? People oftentimes worry about things they can't control instead of worrying about the things that they can't control. Because when you worry about things you can't control, okay, in this particular case, I'm stuck at work and I can't do my training because I gotta run all these errands, or I'm slammed with this. I got a bunch of homework, guys. It's excuses, okay? It's excuses. We all deal with things. I promise. I'm just as much, or if not busier than you guys. But the reason why I'm consistent is because I made up in my mind that no matter what, I'm gonna get it done. Just like this video I'm recording. It's later tonight. I'm tired, but it doesn't matter, because if I keep telling myself that I'm tired, I'm not going to, because you're planting subconscious seeds in your mind. Whether you realize it or not, guys, what you say to yourself will become that. More so than what you think. Okay? So it's important to understand that no matter what, you got to do what you're supposed to do. And you trying to wait isn't helping. It's not going to help. Okay? And this is here a personal story. What is it? We're in October. I know, end of October. On May 7th, my mother passed away. She had stage 4 ovarian cancer, in which I did not learn of it. And by the way, she's had it since 2016. And I learned of it about a week before she passed away, right? My family kept that from me. They lied to me. They manipulated situations to make it seem like everything was okay. They basically robbed me from the ability to be a part and to help. And I'd be lying to you by saying that my mother's death isn't something that bothers me. I did love my mom, despite our disagreements and despite our differences. And despite that, as much as I try to help her with things in the past and she would neglect it, I love my mom. But what makes me more upset was the fact that the situation surrounding it And me being kept in the dark, me being betrayed by the people that are supposed to be my family members, who kept things from me, especially something as dire as this. Just imagine how that feels. Ask yourself, do you know anybody who will keep something as ovarian cancer or any type of serious condition from you for over a decade? And every time they see you, and their excuse is, oh, well, we were just trying to protect you, which is a lie. That hurts, guys. It hurts a lot. Just imagine. You would not do that to them, but they'll do it to you. Just imagine how that feels. But guess what, though? I'm saying this to you guys, not to receive pity from this. I'm saying this because despite that nonsense, despite all that stuff, I stay consistent on what I'm supposed to do. Because you know what's funny? I have a wife. I got people that count on me. So the last thing I'm going to do is allow something like this to stop me, as much as it hurts. And just so you know, even though it does hurt, and I still feel it to this day, the pain I feel, that drives me to become better. Unfortunately, there are people who deal with stuff like this, and if you have dealt with this, my heart goes out to you, and I apologize for it, because it's not easy. But the pain I feel, there are people who will take that and they'll go do drugs. They'll go hit up a bottle. They'll do destructive things that does not help them towards what they're supposed to be. Happens all the time, guys. But you want to know how I developed this type of mentality? I developed this mentality from the years and years of training and putting myself through mental stress. That's why I'm so big when it comes to training. And that's the biggest thing I always try to get people to understand is it's training is more than just muscles, guys. It's more than just how good you look. That is just a byproduct of this. And this gets developed when you put yourself through things, when you're training to failure, when you're doing things where you're progressively, you're doing progressive overload, you're supersetting, drop setting, you're trying to find different ways to challenge yourself. The one thing that you don't realize, the one thing that you don't realize that you're developing is your mind, guys. And this is why a lot of people, when they say I don't have the time, or they have all these excuses, it's because they haven't built that up. And the best way to build up that mind, in my opinion, is through training. Because that's the one thing that you can always put time in, you can always invest in, and you'll always get a dividend for it. And the dividend you're receiving is a stronger mind. The dividend you're getting is a stronger body. So when you're dealt with stuff like your mom dying, you're dealt with stuff like, things that are stressful like this, you can handle it. Because that pain is not going to go away. It will always be there. And to be honest with you, when I think about that, I get more angry than I do sad. As much as I love my mom, I didn't shed one tear when she died. And that doesn't mean because I didn't love her. It's because when people deny you of things, that hurts the most. I was reading a book by 50 Cent. It's called Get Rich or Die Trying. You should read his book, guys. It's a fantastic book. And there's something in that book that I'll never forget. I didn't understand it. I mean, I understood it, but it didn't hit me until later on. It said, the worst thing than death is betrayal. And the reason why, because that always sticks with you. It always sticks with you. It never goes away. But that's okay. Because despite that chaos, what are you going to do with it is the question. What are you going to do with it? I can go out here, I can beat my wife, I can do drugs, I can commit crimes. But how is that bringing me closer to where I want to be? It's not. Chaos is with us every single day, guys. It's always going to be with us. Chaos is always going to be with us. The key is that what systems are you putting into place to help you manage the chaos? What systems are you putting in place to help you deal with the crap? It's all around us, and that's okay. because true warriors are able to be in the sea of it and come out in the end. Guys, do yourself a favor and be better. Think better, perform better, plan better. That's all you got to do. Anyway, guys, this was a pretty intense video, but I just wanted to share that with you guys because I just really wanted to drive the point home. Because even though I sit up here and I preach these messages and make these videos, what you're dealing with, I deal with it too. The difference is I choose to do something about it. Guys, as always, I appreciate you guys watching my video. And be sure to like and subscribe. And guys, if you guys are interested in my Lionstrong Fusion Training Systems, make sure you go to my description. You go to lionstrongfitness.net/fusion. If you guys have any type of inquiries for me, be sure to send me an email, lionstrongceo@gmail.com. I'm here for you guys. Anything you need. Until next time, guys, I'm out.